currently walking through the Science Museum to get to the IMAX theatre where I am going to see Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and then meet the cast and crew behind it. This is incredibly exciting, and I bought a set to get it signed. So yeah, see you there. Got in and I'm about to watch the film. This is incredibly exciting. Just sat down and it already looks insane. Can't wait for this.
Meet you, and thank you for joining me here for to speak about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse for the Science Museum Science Fiction Film Festival. Thanks to the wonders of technology, I'm able to join you, Peter in California and Shamik in New York City, all the way from London. So the audience right now has just heard the brilliant Fran talk about the physics underpinning the concept of a multiverse. But before we show Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse in its glorious IMAX format, I was wondering if we could have a spoiler-free chat about the film and your work on it. So the first question is, well, it would be great to get a quick overview of the story for those in the audience who might not be too familiar with it. And Shamik, would you like to take this?
Yeah. A quick overview of the story. I mean, we're talking about a kid that's, seeking identity within self and like understanding himself with all the expectations around him, fitting in, but also staying like original. And he gets, bitten by the spider. He's chosen, and from there, it's about that leap of faith. It's about believing in yourself and finding out that anyone can wear the mask. Goes from there. That's a quick overview.
Pretty good.
Nice.
Pretty good overview.
Thank you very much for this. Peter, the next question is for you. And it's you must have worked with lots and lots of visual effects people on this film. For those artists, how important do you think that a knowledge in skills around coding and maths in creating a film is? In a film such as The Spider-Verse is?
Yeah, it's incredibly important, and thank God for those people because I don't know any of that stuff. I only wish I was better at math, and I don't know anything about coding. But the thing about an animated film like Spider-Verse, everything you see on the screen had to be created, and it's designed by people, but the tool that they use to get the stuff on the screen is the computer. It's digital software. It's lots of things that are created. In fact, a lot of the software and programs were created specifically to do the things that we needed to be able to do in our movie to create the images that you see. So the amount of knowledge and understanding of that technology of coding of I guess the mathematics, I'm not 100% sure of how much there's of that involved, or there's more than I know, but yeah, there's a huge technical team that makes what we have in our heads, that makes it possible for what we have in our heads to get onto the screen for everybody to enjoy. So yeah, it's really important, and we couldn't make animated films in this day and age without that kind of know-how.
Right. That's fair enough. Thank you very much. The next one is for both of you, and there's a lot of multiverse and parallel worlds right now at the moment in film, such as the Marvel Cinematic Universe, such as Everything Everywhere All at Once. Why do you think people are so fascinated by the idea of a multiverse?
Because we all want to know the answer to the ultimate question. Why are we here? What's going on? How did we get here? And we all have our own idea about what that is, our own ideologies based on, our families, how we were brought into the world, the systems, etc., the perspectives. But we're going to have those questions until they're answered. So I think that's why we're going to have movies like this bring those ideas and like concepts and questions. It gives it a playful like world to like dive into, and like it makes it enjoyable and less of a heavy like why are we here kind of vibe. It's definitely, but also I feel like that's why the movie's so special, because it is still very heavy. Like Miles's journey, is that's the beauty in the animation and the writing and the performance, because it's so educational in a way. Like you're saying, like not everybody even knows what the multiverse is, or where the concept comes from, or like how it breaks down all these different spider people. Where I thought it was just Peter Parker. Now there's Miles. Now there's Gwen. Now there's Spider Pig. It's like but the movie breaks it down so in a way that kids could understand it, and that's the beauty in it. That's the beauty of art itself. And isn't that what life is? Isn't that what the multiverse is? The universe in general, just art, creation, inspiring more creation. It's just all right, Peter. Take it from me, man.
Nerd from a long time back. So, science fiction. That's something I remember being in my life, just like from day one. I mean, being a kid, and seeing TV and seeing Star Trek or the Twilight Zone, or reading, reading books, with The Time Machine or 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and then of course, just the gigantic, things like Star Wars and 2001: A Space Odyssey, and all those, anything having to do with space, which is great because, I mean, for me, it leads you to an interest in actual science. When actual, the space program here, when anything like the Hubble telescope or the Webb telescope, any of that stuff is completely fascinating. And it's just a way. It's just a way of getting your mind open to ask questions about other things. The best science fiction all deals with philosophy. It deals with sociology. It's questions about like Shamik was saying earlier. Who are we? Why are we here? What's the deal? It just puts it into a different context that makes those questions seem fresh and new again. So, I think science fiction, I mean, when I think of the world we live in today and the impact science fiction or the ideas that have come from science fiction have had on it, it's just amazing. I mean, the whole idea of AI, the thing that trips me out is all the people working on technical and scientific advancements now, all those people have grown up on science fiction. So the ideas that were considered science fictional or fantastic, 30, 40 years ago, people have grown up with them and now they're bringing them to life. They're actually making them come true. So it's, I'd say science fiction has an impact on everybody in that way.
Almost there. Could you give us any clues about what to expect from the sequel to this movie, Across the Spider-Verse, which comes out this summer? And that is a question for both of you.
Well, let's just go based off of the trailer, and like we haven't started it. There's been no press training and stuff quite yet. So, I think the first one was Into the Spider-Verse, right? This one is Across the Spider-Verse. So obviously, and you can see it from the poster and the trailer, all of these new spider people, right? So you can expect Miles to start traveling, and from there it's just it's like the same story taken to another place. It's like you've been to elementary school, you're going to middle school. You go to middle school, you go to high school. You go to high school, you go to college. Then you get your job, and etc. It's the next step in Miles's life, as Spider-Man, and I'm very excited. I think you guys should be too. You probably are, because the first movie was so amazing. I think, I think, I think, yeah, they're doing a great job with it. I haven't seen it in its entirety yet. I've only seen little moments. And I just know what I've been recording for the last 2 years. It's a great script, and yeah. What you can expect is to be wowed, to thoroughly enjoy a movie that you can see with your children and your family and your lover or whatever. You can expect, people coming together for a good experience. Yeah, that's what you can expect.
Thank you very much.
I can't top that. That sounds like exactly what it's going to be. I mean, I think the big thing about these movies is Miles. People love and can really relate to Miles and his journey. And I think in the second movie we continue that. So there's I think people are going to be really happy to be reunited with Miles, and they're going to be really surprised by a lot of the new things that they, along with him in the multiverse, in the Spider-Verse, I should say.
Right.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I know that's
Thank you very
big,
much. Well, we did say spoiler-free, so there's that. So, and Peter, thank you so much for this. It's been an absolute pleasure to speak to both of you. And I think that now it is time for us to start showing the film. But before we do that, I'd like to ask if both of you could give us a couple of lines, a couple of words to introduce Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse to our lovely audience here.
You want to go first?
Mr. Moore? Sure, I'm happy to. Hey everybody, so glad you're here today to check out Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. We had a great time making it. We're so happy when people see it and enjoy it and take the journey. So welcome, sit back, get comfortable, prepare to have your mind blown in IMAX as you travel into the Spider-Verse.
Ooh, wow. That was amazing. I can't top that. Can't top that. I would just add on to it. I enjoy this movie. I enjoyed being a part of this movie. I'm pretty hard to entertain. I think as an entertainer, it's hard to impress me. But this movie, I felt blessed to be involved with it. Everybody brought what they needed to bring to the table, and yes, I know that you guys will enjoy it, and I can't wait to see you guys next time. So enjoy the movie, enjoy the theory, and I'll be seeing you guys on the next round. Yeah.
Thank you very much, both.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Alexander.
Right, so I just finished the film. It was just as insane as I remember. Like, seeing it in all those different angles, just wow. And then I got to... No one was there in person. It was just like a virtual interview. But it was very insightful nonetheless. And now I'm going to give my final thoughts later. I just finished watching the film, and it was just as crazy as I remember. But getting to see the experience of having it all around me, just awesome. And then there was like a virtual interview featuring some of the cast and the directors. I expected it to be a physical meetup, but still good nonetheless. And as you can see here, it's just a picture of a space station, like an exposition of it. Just looking at the Earth, don't see any multiverse stuff yet. Or is there any?